Broadcast Amsterdam is going on a spring break. Keep up to date by following us on Facebook, Twitter or broadcastamsterdam.nl.
I am Sander Oudkerk.
And I'm Giselle Walitsky, and on today's show we have a news update from NL Times' Zach Newmark and a feature film that's going to be Tree Pit Makeover.
And we have a special guest from One World, friend of the show, Kim Sauter, talking to us about the Thank You for Tap Water campaign. And we have the Sodam local pick of the week from the WhatsApp Amsterdam guys, and this time it's the International Pillow Fight, which is on this Saturday.
And we have an interview and live music with Motel Aurora. And I want to thank Jeroen van der Berg from the Amsterdam Photo Club for today's backdrop.
And it is magnificent. Thanks,
it's gorgeous.
Guys. All right, so it's now time immediately to welcome to the show Zach Newmark from the NL Times.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Very good, thanks.
So tell us, were you affected by the big power outage?
Well, we had a little bit of the flickering lights at home, a little flickering lights at the office, but by and large, we were much luckier than the other million locations that were hit by the power outage. And that includes all of the trains and the airports.
It's pretty incredible. I always thought that our electricity grid is very reliable.
It is very reliable. But this one situation in Diemen, it just snowballed, and it was a substation that went out. They had a redundancy, but it kind of failed. And with the backup system going down, now they're just trying to figure out what exactly went on and what happened.
I have to say that I was actually happy because it happened to me, and I just quit my day work for a while, right?
Yeah, and then there I was, crashing out story after story about the power outage.
About skipping work, and that's something that the city of Amsterdam is trying to stimulate. It's quite the contrary, isn't it?
No, indeed. The VVD, one of the parties that makes up the city council, is now pushing forward a plan called I Host Amsterdam, which joins the iAmsterdam program, and it would put volunteers and job seekers to work as guides for tourists around the city.
And they do it for free?
It would be done for free. It would be done to get experience interacting with customers for people who maybe want to work in hotels, things like that. It's kind of an interesting idea that they're putting forward.
I think it's funny is like if you're one of these tourist guys, you can say, well, when I didn't have a job, this is the bar where I used to hang out all the time.
Yeah, but what they're really hoping for is people who do have, extensive knowledge about Amsterdam, who are enthusiastic about Amsterdam. They're trying to replicate this thing that's been done in Den Haag and that's been done in Toronto.
But this is unpaid. So what about paid work? Is there any paid work arranged?
Yeah, so there's this hotel that's going to be docking in Amsterdam. It's a floating hotel. It's a boat. It's a boat.
Right.
It's going to dock at the Westerdock, and it's going to bring in about 100 jobs. All unemployed people in Amsterdam, all who are looking for more work.
Excellent.
It's good stuff.
It's very positive on the city. One thing that surprised me tremendously was last week was the whole squatter situation in the Spuistraat.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, I was down there for the entire day, huddled up with all the journalists in front of the Bunga
still
House.
In one piece, though.
Still in one piece. We were getting paint bombs thrown at us left and right. The police kept moving us backwards. Yeah. If it wasn't paint bombs, they were throwing out fireworks or they were throwing out flares. It's a set of buildings called the Tabakspanden that have been squatted for, something like 4 decades or so. It was crazy.
It was crazy. Do we have some a video maybe on what went down there? Because, Zach was basically risking his life. There's a photo here, Zach. This is the building?
Yeah, so as they were throwing out flares and as they were throwing out paint bombs, the police were shooting water cannons, very high pressure to try to knock people off and knock people back, rather. And at the end of the day, it was pretty impressive that none of the police got hurt, none of the squatters got hurt, 19 people were arrested. The whole operation took about 10 hours or so.
Yeah.
It was pretty incredible.
What about, I saw this photo in the newspapers of this German tourist couple that they had their hotel there and then they got stuck in the midst of it. What happened there?
Yeah, they were
okay?
staying in a hotel right across the street, and they were coming back to their hotel right when the new crop of squatters came in, pulling up bricks, setting fires on the streets. And they said they were terrified. They were jumping over fires to try to get into their hotel, and then they huddled up. They said it was a very restless night, very loud on the street. And then I ran into an Indian tourist, a woman who was staying on the same street, and she said that she didn't realize it was Amsterdam. It was so noisy, she felt like she was at home.
That's brilliant. So maybe all these tourists, they should go to the town of Giethoorn, because that is the next international town in the Netherlands.
The next hotspot in the Netherlands.
What is that all about?
Well, Amsterdam made it on to the new Monopoly World Edition board, the Monopoly Here and Now edition, but also getting one of the wildcard spots at this small little village of 2,500 people called Giethoorn.
Do we have a photo of this small village?
They call it the Venice
of the
North.
So how did it end up there? I mean,
so one of the local residents there heard about this push by Monopoly for people to vote in. He nominated his own town. RTL Late Night picked it up and got very enthusiastic about it, and they rallied the whole town together.
That's
it
amazing.
got spread viral into China's version of Twitter and Facebook, and
so everybody voted, or what?
Everybody voted, and then there wasn't a limit about how many times you could vote. So all the people in the town were voting 10 to 50 times a day, trying to get it on, and they ended up getting their tiny little town on the board right next to Madrid.
Fantastic. That's so funny. Okay, well, we have to go then now. Zach,
indeed.
Will I see you again in the new season?
I hope so.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
From NLTimes.nl.
Next, we have our feature film this week, and that is on tree pit makeovers. It's with Lynn Shore from River of Herbs, and it's a great look at beautifying some of the neighborhood area in Amsterdam. So let's take a look.
How did this all get started?
How did it all start? That I don't know. I think Annie was just getting the idea.
It is my idea, and I came up with it because around the corner there are 2 supermarkets arriving, and some people were irritated by the extra transportation for the goods. And because this is a square where children are playing a lot, and when the lorries they come across the square, it's not safe for children to play. I was thinking, oh, they have a good point. And then I started to think, okay, when all this extra traffic will come, it's also not good for our health. Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, I have to create more green. Well, I contacted Lynn, River of Herbs. And she said, okay, I know some people who could design, because I have not any clue about, what is good and how to do it.
And we had a meeting somewhere in January, I think, to discuss things. And then make photos and look at the trees and look what was possible.
We went to Amsterdam North,
Yeah.
actually. There's a spot, Amerbos.
Yeah.
And Stadsdeel North allowed us to cut the willows. We cleaned it and we transported it here. And Typhoon started working, and Carol also came to help.
They're all herbs that people could eat or take cuttings from to eat if they want to, but they're all bee friendly.
Oh yeah.
Insect friendly. Thanks, Libby. Very important. You can dig it in, love, if you want to. Yeah, that's really important, so that all of the flowers which come will be helpful to pollinating insects, because we need more of them in the city. And projects like this are making an impact, because apparently there's 20% more bees in the city now than there were.
So what have we got? Mint, oregano.
This is winter
Oh, no.
savoury. It's nearly similar, I guess. Winter savoury.
Yeah.
Good cooked beans, bonekraut, I think it does. Mint, chamomile, malva, the mallows, geranium, sedum, and lemon balm.
But you can eat and cook with them all. And some of them will flower as well, so they'll look nice.
Yes, they'll all flower.
They'll all flower.
Yeah, everything that we plant in the project has to be a bee-friendly flower.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This looks lovely.
Yeah. Looks good.
Number 1, well done.
How many more to go?
19, I think.
19?
Small, like those.
Well, I love campaigns to beautify parts of the city, especially in Amsterdam. So I think it's fantastic. I'll probably adopt a tree pit. How about you?
I love the name Tree Pit.
Yeah.
It sounds so serious. Well, it definitely beats the dog remnants in my neighborhood and and the bicycles and the trash bags.
All the
So
trash,
a great initiative, guys, there at the River of Verbs. Next, we are going to welcome into the studio our favorite guest, or friend of the show, Kim Salto from One World, to talk to us about the Thank You Tap Water campaign. But before we talk to her, first let's take a look at the campaign trailer.
Hey, watermeloen. Hey, watermeloen. Hallo, watermeloen. Zou je niet eerst even dankjewel zeggen? Wereldwijd hebben bijna 1 miljard mensen geen schoon drinkwater. Maar bij jou komt het gewoon uit de kraan. Zeg daarom eens dankjewel voor kraanwater.
Klopt hoor. Dankjewel.
Dankjewel. Like of share deze film en zeg ook dankjewel.
Hello, watermeloenen, and welcome back to Sonam Loco. Watermelon is a bit of a goofy, old-fashioned term of abuse. Well, not really. Kim, welcome to the show. From One World, you're talking here to us. You're here to talk to us about the Thank You Tap Water campaign. We just saw the campaign. Why this campaign?
Well, actually, we started the campaign on the 22nd of March, which is World Water Day. To celebrate our great first-class Dutch tap water, but also to think about how special it is because more than 1 billion people worldwide do not have access to clean drinking water. Even more people, 2.5 billion people, do not have enough clean water to do their washing, to do their cooking. They don't have proper toilets. So water is a big issue. And we just take it for granted because everything, it's always there. It's cheap, it's healthy, and you just don't think about it.
You even brought your own bottle of water?
Well, I just spotted a plastic bottle there, so I'm sure this will be...
The plastic bottle is mine, so I immediately
okay,
then
I can give you this to you at the end of the interview.
Aww, yeah, that's nice.
Well, last time when I was on the show, I talked about World Food Day, and I brought a bar of chocolate, and he only got the farmer's portion, which was just a slither, and Nicola got the bigger part. So maybe that's to make up for things.
Can you tell us how this campaign fits into the activities of One World?
Yes, well, One World is a journalistic platform for a fairer, a more fair and more sustainable, a greener world. And water is just one of the big issues of our time, maybe not in Holland, but in the rest of the world. It's becoming a really big issue, both economically, socially, environmentally. And actually the World Economic Forum, which is held every year in Switzerland, where all the politicians and big companies gather to discuss the world's risks also. They said that as from now, water is the biggest risk threatening the world, water issues in different kinds of ways. So it's a light-hearted video, but the issues are really serious. But we don't want to scare people. Yeah. We just want to make them think about water a little bit more. And we also write articles about it, but this is a way of involving more people.
So there seems to be a lot happening worldwide with water shortages. I know I was just talking to a friend in California, how they're having a big shortage. So people worldwide are affected. So how are we affected here? Because the Dutch have such great water quality and are just known for their water.
Yes, well, actually, we're not really affected. And it's a luxury position. We're really privileged. And it doesn't harm to say thank you for that, to be grateful for that. And also, actually, people who speak Dutch and understand Dutch and read English, so that the subtitles were slightly different, because we thought we'll make an English version too. But then maybe if people from other countries see it, they won't feel like saying thank you for their tap water. So it's really a Dutch video. But yes, we are very privileged, and actually it's not just in Africa or Asia or California is affected too, but also due to the world economic crisis, European countries are affected too. So in southern Europe, Greece and Portugal and Spain were forced to privatize their public water systems, and now bills are rocketing. They're going up, and the investments in the quality of the water are going down. So that this is something that happens when you privatize water. And fortunately, it's in the Dutch law that it will always be in public hands. So we're also safe in that direction. What I haven't mentioned yet is the big environmental issue around drinking water, because that's something that is relevant to
Especially
Holland.
from a bottle, I presume.
From a bottle. What did I say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm thinking I'm the bad guy because I brought in bottled water, so I want to know, why am I the bad guy? Why is that so bad?
Well, the problem is actually Dutch people. The good news is that Dutch people have started drinking more water, and favouring water above soda drinks and above fruit juice, because it's bad for your teeth and bad for your weight. So it's a bit of a health craze that makes us drink more water. But unfortunately, we've started drinking more bottled water, and the problem there is that it's not just that it's 1,000 times more expensive. I mean, that's up to you if you want to pay that.
For a Dutch
it's a bit
person.
silly, but if you want to. But it's so environmentally unfriendly. Every day, just the Dutch people alone in Holland, we throw away 500,000 bottles, plastic bottles, every day, and 2/3. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot.
2/3 of the plastic ends up in the oceans, so that is a disaster, and it's a shame. It isn't necessary. It's safer actually. So the water from the tap is monitored 24/7, which is a lot more than mineral water. So it's even safer. So there's actually, I can't think of a good reason not to drink tap water.
You're about to have me totally convinced. I'm also about to say thank you for my tap water.
Say to your tap in the morning.
Probably you want other people to say thank you too. We have to almost say goodbye to you now, but in order to get involved in this campaign, what can our viewers do?
Well, people can still say thank you online. It is an online campaign, so they can go to thankyoutapwater.nl of dankjewel voor kraanwater.nl. It's both the same website, but there's a bit in English. And you can watch the video there, share it, like it, share it with your friends.
Is it thank you or thank your tap water?
It's dankjewel voor kraanwater in Dutch, or thank you tap water, because it was a bit shorter.
Right, Kim, thank you so much for updating us on this initiative. And thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
thanks
me.
to your tap water.
And can I give you a bottle? You'll never...
So you got the big bottle now.
There's several brands, but the message is the bottle. The bottle is the message.
Thank you, tap water.
All right, it is time for our What's Up Amsterdam Going Out Guide Pick of the Week. And we will also be talking about International Pillow Fight Day, which is on April 4th, this Saturday. So totally excited. Thanks, Nate Titer and Jonathan Graubert. And also check out their podcast. But please note, there may be some foul language.
Let's get those pillows.
Saturday, the 4th of April. Jonathan, this one's yours. I'm so glad you got this.
World Pillow Fight Day.
All right.
Let me say it again. World Pillow Fight Day.
Okay.
There's literally many dozens of cities all across this globe. On Saturday, people will be having a big public pillow fight.
I love fun outdoor group stuff like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be happening at Dam Square. So do you want to go outside and whack a complete stranger in the head with a big fluffy pillow and send the feathers flying as you grasp in despair at the greasy straws that have become your sad and wasted life? Well, now you can do that. It's World Pillow Fight Day.
Or just get in a pillow fight.
Or you could just get into a pillow fight.
It doesn't need to get that
and
deep.
have fun.
Sure, yeah. Make a big mess on Dam Square. That's got to be worth it.
It is BYOP.
Sure, of course it would
They
be.
do not provide you with the pillow. And apparently there's 5 rules. Rule number 1, you do not talk about Pillow Fight Club. No. It's to join the pillow fight, you have to invite all your fluffy friends. By the way, this is their copy.
You didn't write the 5 rules of pillow fights?
No.
Okay.
You dress for press and mess. They recommend dust masks, goggles, and silly pajamas. Bring your own soft pillow. Soft pillow. None of these hard things that support your neck anymore.
No memory
Those
foam.
things are hard. No memory foam pillows. Get there in time. Be at the monument before 3 p.m. When they say the monument, they mean Dam Square.
Mm-hmm.
And wait for the signal. There will be no pillow fighting before the moment has broken. And then fight fluffy. Swing gently and don't hit anyone without a pillow.
Right.
It says here. And then clean up after yourself. 'Cause it makes quite a mess.
That is never going to happen. I've
No.
seen Dutch people go to the park, and they
Yeah.
like the park. Nobody likes Dam Square.
That's true. Nobody likes Dam Square, do they?
For if you live here,
It's not very nice.
that's a pain in the ass.
I mean, and they made these beautiful cobblestone fans on it that's impossible to bike over.
Yeah.
And I mean the road, too.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. Anyway, World Pillow Fight Day, Dam Square, Saturday, the 4th of April, starts at 3 p.m., free of charge.
Free of charge, and so was this podcast. And that is Laura Schuster. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks.
Also known as Motel Aurora, which is the name of your band, right? It's a band, but tonight you're here on your own.
That's right.
All right. Well, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, so Laura, you will be playing a song later for us. But before we continue, I wanted to let our viewers get a better taste of the music you play.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to a video by Motel Aurora.
She likes a side ponytail, a sound of coffee brewing. She likes to keep changing in the middle of a song. I can just see her there in 12-12 vision. She sits so she's into natural light and popcorn, has a new bar of soap.
That was a song 1212 by Motel Aurora. I was just laughing a little bit because it is actually you in the bikini and the snorkel outfit, right? Yeah.
Yes, we wanted to go for hardcore nudity and then chickened out.
You chickened out? What about the guy next to you? Who's that?
He chickened out as well.
Well, at least you weren't alone in chickening out.
True.
Is that the drummer?
It was, yeah.
All right.
Is, yeah.
Is, okay.
But the star of the video is really this blinking alarm clock that's in all the shots.
Ah.
All right. Is this a typical example of the music you do?
It's a very poppy example, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, it makes a good single then.
Yeah, because people have the opportunity to listen to you live. An open mic night this weekend on Sunday.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit more?
Well, this is a monthly affair organized by the Amsterdam Songwriters Guild in East 75, a cafe close to Amstel Station. And they have a switching host system. So this month I've been invited to host the thing, and there will be many people playing 3 songs each. Should be interesting.
Will it be exciting?
I hope so.
Well, we're going to hear a little bit from you too. So the one we heard, is that going to be kind of an example of what we hear tonight and what we'll hear in the future, or?
We recorded it recently along with a few other songs, and decided to record a few more before we release it as an album. The song I'm playing here is a bit darker, I suppose. It's about dangerous men.
Ooh, personal experience.
Who doesn't?
Sounds good. I'm excited. If people are excited too, after the song you'll play for us, they can go to motoraurora.net. Keep an eye out on the upcoming album. I know it's coming.
We have the 3 songs released, by the way, on SoundCloud also.
On SoundCloud,
you can just go to the website and find them there.
Okay. All right. Well, Laura, I'm going to have to ask you now to mentally prepare for your song. Okay. And the song is called Carla Car.
A Carla Carl, a manly man, stood stood so tall against the land. A Carla Carl, a manly man, a waterfall. I shook his hand. An island rose above the wasteland. Their storm would save us as accidents from honest men, from wine I was confessed. He shook me blindly and left me there out on the land. My spirit's lost around the bend. When fires roll, we put them out. We hose them down and stomp the cinders. We leave the dome. We sleep at Carla, Carla, you burn so brightly. You stand so tall. I want you all. A Carla Carl, a manly man, a bitch at heart. I was his friend.
Broadcast Amsterdam is going on a spring break. Keep up to date by following us on Facebook, Twitter, or broadcastamsterdam.nl.